Dubai. Annual nationwide pro-government rallies were held in Iran on Saturday to mark the end of the unrest that shook the country in 2009, state media reported, a day after price protests turned political in a dozen cities. State television showed a rally in the capital Tehran and marchers carrying banners in support of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khomeini in Iran's second-largest city of Mashhad. Be the first to know, join our Facebook page. Function, D, S, ID, var.js, fjs equal d get elements tag name, s, 0, if, d get element bid, id, return, js equal d createlment, s, js.id equal id, js_src equal / connect facebook.net/n_us/all js number xfbml equal 1 and app id equal 1634148068997, fjs parent node insert before, JS, FJS, document, script, Facebook JS SDK. Hundreds of people took to the streets there on Thursday to protest against high prices and shouted anti-government slogans on Friday. Police dispersed anti-government demonstrators in the western city of Kermanshah as protests spread to Tehran and several other cities in the largest wave of demonstrations since nationwide pro-reform unrest in 2009. Police arrested 52 people in Thursday's protests, according to a judicial official in Mashhad, one of the holiest places in Shiite Islam. The United States condemned the arrests, with President Donald Trump tweeting, "Iranian government should respect their people's rights, including right to express themselves. The world is watching." Many reports of peaceful protests by Iranian citizens fed up with regime's corruption and its squandering of the nation's wealth to fund terrorism abroad. Iranian government should respect their people's rights, including right to express themselves. The world is watching. Number Iran protests. Donald J. Trump, at Real Donald Trump, December 30, 2017. The outbreak of unrest reflects growing discontent over rising prices and alleged corruption, as well as concern about the Islamic Republic's costly involvement in regional conflicts such as those in Syria and Iraq. The Revolutionary Guards, which along with its Basij militia spearheaded a crackdown against protesters in 2009, said in a statement carried by state media that there were efforts to repeat that year's unrest, but added, "The Iranian nation will not allow the country to be hurt." State television said rallies were scheduled to be held in more than 1,200 cities and towns on Saturday. The events have been held annually since 2009. Openly political protests are rare in Iran, where security services are omnipresent. The last outbreak of significant unrest occurred in 2009 when Mahmoud Ahmadinejad's re-election as president ignited 8 months of street protests. Pro-reform rivals said the vote was rigged. However, demonstrations are often held by workers over layoffs or non-payment of salaries and by people who hold deposits in non-regulated, bankrupt financial institutions. Prominent conservative cleric Ayatollah Ahmad Al-Hoda called earlier for tough action against the protests. Vice President Ishaq Jahangiri, a close ally of President Hassan Rouhani, suggested that hardline conservative opponents of the pragmatist president might have triggered the protests but lost control of them. "Those who are behind such events will burn their own fingers," state media quoted him as saying. Rouhani's leading achievement, a 2015 deal with world powers that curbed Iran's disputed nuclear program in return for a lifting of most international sanctions, has yet to bring the broad economic benefits the government says are coming. Unemployment stood at 12.4% this fiscal year, according to the Statistical Center of Iran, up 1.4 percentage points from the previous year. Out of a population of 80 million, about 3.2 million Iranians are jobless.